Well, at least I wouldn't skin a collie to make my backpack. It's faux. Hello? There was a stop sign?
How much money were you spending on drugs a month? Do you even know?
No, I'd say about 5 to 10 grand. I was taking 18 to 20 pills a day.
18 to 20?
What really happened to Stacey Dash? Clueless made her a household name. Her beauty made her unforgettable. And her confidence made her the girl everyone wanted to be. But then she vanished, and fans were left asking, what happened to Stacey Dash? Was it Hollywood blackballing her? Or was it her own choices that burned every bridge?
You feel blackballed?
Oh yeah, I've had my representation just drop me because of my politics.
Because behind the scenes, her life was spiraling. A secret addiction that nearly killed her. Political opinions that divided millions. Arrests, violent relationships, and even a failed run for Congress.
Where does Stacey Dash go from here?
The White House.
Would you ever run for office?
Yes,
You would.
I would.
Have you thought seriously about it?
Yes.
And now, even Stacey admits she doesn't recognize the woman she became. The anger, the regret, the years spent fighting for redemption after becoming one of the most hated women in America. So how did the girl from the Bronx, once destined for superstardom, lose it all? And is her story really over? Or is there still a comeback in her future?
Wear another? It's who I am.
Okay, then go to the bushes. I don't know what to tell you, but
Stacey Loretta Dash came into this world in the Bronx, New York. Her story starts with a family that reflected America itself. Her father, Dennis, was African American. Her mother, Linda, was Mexican. It was a household that knew struggle. Tragically, her mother passed away in 2017, but not before seeing her daughter reach incredible heights. Stacey wasn't alone in chasing big dreams. Her younger brother, Darian, made history by founding DME Interactive, the first African-American-led internet company to go public. And if the name Dash sounds familiar, that's because her cousin is Damon Dash. Yes, the same Damon Dash who helped build Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z.
All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor.
After graduating from Paramus High School in 1985, Stacey set her sights on acting. The 80s were tough for a young actress trying to break through. She landed small roles here and there. An episode of The Cosby Show in 1985, a short-lived series called TV 101 that got canceled after just 13 episodes. She appeared in movies like Moving with Richard Pryor and Mo Money, but nothing that really put her on the map. Then 1995 happened. That's when everything changed with one word: Clueless. Even though Stacey was 28 years old, she convinced everyone she was a teenager. Her character Dion became iconic, the loyal best friend with perfect style and unforgettable one-liners. The movie was such a hit that it spawned a TV series, and Stacey stayed with the role until 1999.
Well, at least I wouldn't skin a collie to make my backpack. It's faux. Hello? There was a stop sign?
After Clueless, the work kept coming, but it was different. Smaller movies, guest spots on shows like CSI, music videos including Kanye West's All Falls Down. She even posed for Playboy in 2006 and launched her own lingerie brand. When Celebrity Circus came calling, she didn't just participate, she pushed through a broken rib during training and still finished as runner-up. But behind all this success, something else was happening. Something darker that would eventually threaten everything she'd built.
both my parents were drug addicts. My father was a heroin addict. My mother, I don't know if she did heroin. I know she smoked crack and did a lot of coke.
For years, Stacey Dash kept a secret that was eating her alive. When she finally opened up about it on the Dr. Oz show, the numbers were shocking. 18 to 20 Vicodin pills every single day. She didn't make excuses or point fingers at doctors. This was her choice, she said. Even when the physical pain was gone, she kept taking the pills because they filled something inside her that felt empty. They quieted the anger, slowed down her racing mind, made everything feel manageable. But that's exactly how the trap closed around her. Dr. Oz couldn't hide his shock. 20 pills a day. Do you know how expensive that is? Stacey knew. She lost everything. Not just money, but everything that mattered.
How much money were you spending on drugs a month? Do you even know?
No, I'd say about 5 to 10 grand.
This wasn't her first dance with addiction. When she was just 16 years old, someone put a line of cocaine in front of her. One line changed everything. She was already carrying pain that no 16-year-old should carry, and the drugs promised to make it disappear. They lied. During her interview with Dr. Oz, she revealed something that helped explain so much. Her parents had their own battles with addiction. For years, she wondered if they really loved her. Now, after fighting the same demon, she understands. They did love her. They were just sick. Addiction had taken control of their lives the same way it took control of hers.
Even though my home was unstable and my father was a heroin addict, I knew he loved me. He just couldn't beat it. He couldn't overcome the addiction.
Before going on Dr. Oz's show, Stacey wrote something brave on Facebook. She called her addiction her deepest, darkest secret. But she also celebrated something beautiful. 5 years of sobriety. 5 years of growth that, she said, taught her more about herself than all the years that came before.
I didn't really remember until I was 17 when I tried to kill myself. It was at that time that I remembered that that happened to me.
To understand Stacey's addiction, you have to understand where it started. When she was just 4 years old, something happened that no child should ever experience. A 16-year-old family acquaintance molested her. At 4, she couldn't even understand what was happening, but the damage was done. Growing up in the South Bronx in the 70s and 80s meant growing up surrounded by crime, drugs, and violence. For little Stacey, this became normal. Pain became normal. Suffering became something she expected from life. Fast forward to 16. That's when someone introduced her to cocaine. The high made all the pain disappear, at least for a while. But when it wore off, the pain came back stronger. She found herself caught in a cycle she couldn't break. Lost, empty, hopeless. She even thought about ending her life because she couldn't see any way out. These experiences shaped how she saw the world, including her views on social programs. She came to believe that when people are given things without working for them, they lose their sense of self-worth. And without self-worth, she argues, people fall into depression, addiction, and cycles of abuse.
I mean, he would beat me so bad that I couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks. I couldn't walk.
In her early 20s, while still using drugs, Stacey entered a relationship that almost destroyed her. Her boyfriend was violent, but he was smart about it. He hit her where the bruises wouldn't show. Her legs, chest, body. She thought she deserved it because pain was all she'd ever known. She didn't know her own worth. But somewhere deep inside, a voice told her she deserved better. Finding the strength to leave that relationship was one of the hardest things she'd ever done. After leaving her abuser, Stacey started dating musician Christopher Williams. When she discovered she was pregnant with his child, she was still using drugs and still felt hopeless about her future. She was scared and considered having an abortion. How could she bring a child into a life that felt so broken? But then something happened. She prayed, asking God for guidance. In that moment, she felt him telling her to keep her baby. She immediately pulled the IV from her arm and walked away from the abortion clinic. Today, Stacey is mother to 2 children, Austin and Lola. She's honest with them about her past because she believes truth is the best protection she can give them. She wants them to know that no matter what life throws at them, they can survive and overcome it. She refuses to see herself as a victim. She's a survivor who learned, grew, and became stronger through the pain.
I'll walk you over to my car and I'll explain everything to you, okay?
Am I being arrested?
I'll explain it to you in a second, okay?
But even sobriety couldn't protect Stacey from every mistake. In Florida, police arrested her for domestic battery. According to the police report, she got into an argument with a man, then pushed and slapped him. The situation escalated, and the man ended up with scratches on his arm. The arrest video shows Stacey looking emotional as officers put handcuffs on her. As they walked her to the police car, she mentioned that she was an actress but had taken a break to focus on politics.
I'll explain everything in a second.
This arrest came during a time when Stacey was trying to reinvent herself once again, this time in the political arena. In 2008, like many Americans, Stacey Dash supported Barack Obama for president. But by 2012, something had changed. She publicly endorsed Mitt Romney, citing economic concerns and Romney's track record of working across party lines. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Social media exploded with criticism, particularly from people who felt she had betrayed the Black community. For many, her switch from Obama to Romney felt like more than just a political choice. It felt personal. But Stacey stood by her decision. She argued that she was voting based on policies, not skin color. This moment marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one that would bring her both new opportunities and devastating consequences. After Stacey's dramatic political shift, Fox News came calling. In 2014, they offered her a role as a cultural commentator, and she jumped at the chance. For 3 years, from 2014 to 2017, she became one of their go-to voices on cultural issues, providing analysis from a conservative perspective. This wasn't just any job for Stacey. It was her chance to have a platform, to speak her mind without Hollywood executives telling her what she could and couldn't say. But that freedom came with a price she didn't fully understand at the time. During those Fox News years, Stacey was angry, really angry. She was frustrated with what she saw as liberal hypocrisy, fed up with being told how Black people should think and vote, and determined to prove that conservative values could work for everyone. That anger became her brand, but it also became her prison. The most explosive moment came in January 2015, during a discussion about the Charlie Hebdo terrorist attacks in Paris. Stacey made harsh comments about President Obama's response to terrorism, using language that even Fox News couldn't defend.
I felt like he could give he could care less. He could care less.
The network suspended her for 2 weeks, a rare move that showed just how far over the line she had gone. But that suspension didn't slow her down. If anything, it seemed to fuel her fire. She continued making provocative statements. Each appearance seemed designed to generate headlines and outrage, and it worked. Her name was constantly trending on social media, but not for reasons that would help her career in the long run. Behind the scenes, something else was happening. The same anger that made her a compelling television personality was eating her alive. She was burning bridges faster than she could build them, alienating not just liberals, but many conservatives who found her approach too divisive. Looking back now, Stacey sees those Fox News years very differently. She admits she was full of pride and anger, emotions that poisoned everything she said. She describes herself during that time as someone she no longer recognizes or wants to be. "I was the angry Black woman," she has said in recent interviews, "and I don't want to be that person anymore." The regret in her voice is unmistakable. She knows that her time at Fox News, which was supposed to elevate her voice, instead trapped her in a role that ultimately damaged her reputation and her soul. In 2016, Stacey appeared on Fox and Friends and made comments that set the internet on fire. She said she disagreed with Black History Month and organizations like BET that focus on racial differences. As someone who is part Bajan, African American, and Mexican, Stacey argued that America needed to choose between segregation and integration. If we want true equality, she said, then things like Black History Month, BET, and the BET Awards shouldn't exist. She called it a double standard. If there were awards just for white people, she argued, everyone would be outraged.
It's a double standard, just like there shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period, that's it.
BET didn't stay quiet. They fired back on Instagram with a sarcastic post. So, Stacey Dash, can we get our check back or nah? They reminded everyone that she had worked for them on The Game from 2009 to 2011. They even posted a picture from Clueless with a caption that dripped with sarcasm. The hosts of The View called her a hypocrite. They pointed out that she had presented at the NAACP Awards, been featured in Black magazines, and worked with Black-focused networks. Whoopi Goldberg was particularly sharp in her response, explaining that Black History Month and BET exist because Black history isn't taught enough in schools. Unfortunately, Goldberg said, we need things like BEAT. Stacey doubled down on her position. When asked if she thought Black History Month shouldn't exist because there's no White History Month, she answered simply, exactly.
Happy Black History Month. Thank you.
Many people saw this as ignorant, especially since Black History Month was created to recognize important Black figures and events that were often ignored in regular history books.
I feel like it's an excuse.
Many years I was not getting paid the same as the guys.
And you think it's because you're a woman?
I think that had a lot to do with it. If you look at the number, there's a reason why women get 78 cents and men get $1.
Stacey found herself in hot water again when she appeared on the Meredith Vieira show to discuss gender inequality. Her take was controversial. She called gender inequality just an excuse and said women should stop complaining and work harder instead. She compared gender inequality to race issues, calling both excuses people use. If opportunities exist, she argued, women should grab them, be ready for them, and do their absolute best. If being extraordinary is what it takes to succeed, then women should push themselves to be extraordinary. Meredith Vieira pushed back, pointing out that women still make only 78 cents for every dollar a man earns. Stacey agreed the numbers were true, but still didn't think it was a reason to complain. She told Vieira that her daughter could earn as much as she wanted, just like Vieira had done. Vieira responded that her success didn't come easily. She had worked for years without getting paid the same as men, but Stacey wouldn't budge. She said she would never let anything except her own actions control her future. She refused to see herself as a victim. The exchange got heated when Vieira made it clear she wasn't calling herself a victim. She was angry about unfair treatment. Stacey's response: if women are angry about it, they should work even harder. Complaining, she said, wouldn't change anything.
She's saying she wants to go into the women's bathroom. She's a woman now. Go into the women's bathroom. But why? It's a tyranny by the minority. Why do I have to suffer because you can't decide what you want to be that day?
In 2016, during heated national debates about transgender bathroom access, Stacey made one of her most controversial statements. When Entertainment Tonight asked for her opinion on whether transgender people should use bathrooms matching their gender identity, her response shocked many people. She said transgender people shouldn't be allowed to use bathrooms based on their gender identity. If they couldn't use the bathroom matching their biological sex, she suggested they should go in the bushes.
Okay, then go to the bushes. I don't know what to tell you.
She explained that she didn't want her child to be at risk because of changes to bathroom laws. The comment immediately sparked outrage. Critics called it disrespectful and offensive to transgender individuals who deserve the right to use bathrooms where they feel safe and comfortable. Celebrities and activists spoke out against her, saying her words were hurtful and harmful to an already vulnerable community. The comment remains one of her most talked about moments and added to the growing list of controversies surrounding her name. Stacey also took aim at one of music's most powerful couples. When Jay-Z and Beyoncé traveled to Cuba for their anniversary, she saw it as a big problem. She believed the couple was giving money to a government that oppresses its own people. Taking to Twitter, she asked her followers if they cared that the Jay-Z's, mixing their names together, were spending money in Cuba. Many people disagreed with her criticism. Some fans told her she was better when she just acted in Clueless. Others simply ignored her comments. Jay-Z and Beyoncé never responded to her criticism. They continued enjoying their trip while their fans largely dismissed Stacey's concerns. But she wasn't the only one with questions. Some U.S. politicians also wanted to know if the couple had broken any laws by traveling to Cuba, given America's strict travel restrictions to the island. The politicians asked the government to investigate whether Jay-Z and Beyoncé had followed proper procedures. For them, it was a serious legal matter, but for most fans, it felt like much ado about nothing.
Stay home. Be safe. The other bad girls, bad women, or the ones who like to be naughty, might go out and play and get hurt, and then,
One of Stacey's most damaging moments on Fox News came when she was discussing SA on college campuses. During a conversation about a university banning sorority members from fraternity parties to protect them from assault, she made comments that horrified many viewers. She suggested that some victims were naughty girls who went out to have fun and got hurt. She joked that good girls stay home while bad girls go out and get into trouble. Her words seemed to blame the victims instead of the attackers. The backlash was swift and severe. People pointed out that victims of SA are already suffering, and blaming them only makes things worse. SA is never the victim's fault, regardless of where they go or what they do. After facing intense criticism online and in the media, Stacey apologized. She claimed she was only trying to be funny, but most people didn't find anything funny about victim blaming. Critics said she was irresponsible for making light of such a serious issue and shouldn't speak about topics she clearly didn't understand. Even though she apologized, many people still felt hurt by her words. The damage to her reputation was significant and lasting. In February 2018, Stacey decided to take her political involvement to the next level. She announced her candidacy for California's 44th Congressional District as a Republican.
And does Stacey Dash want to dash to D.C.? It's the question that began swirling overnight as news broke that the actress filed paperwork on Monday to run in California's 44th Congressional District. Recall Dash is best known.
It was a bold move. The district is a Democratic stronghold, making her chances of winning extremely slim. Her decision to run was motivated by her belief that she could help people who felt ignored by the Democratic Party. She wanted to bring conservative values to a heavily liberal district and shake up the political establishment. But the campaign was brutal. The negative attention, the constant criticism, and the media scrutiny took a toll not just on her, but on her family as well. By March 2018, just 1 month after announcing her candidacy, Stacey withdrew from the race. She cited the negative impact of political campaigning on her family and her own well-being. The decision showed that even someone as outspoken as Stacey Dash had limits when it came to public scrutiny. Stacey's political shift from Democrat to Republican came with a heavy price. She supported Mitt Romney in 2012 and later Donald Trump, which upset many people in Hollywood and even her own fans. They felt she had turned her back on the Black community and the issues important to them. As a result, she lost acting jobs and faced constant criticism. But her political controversies weren't her only battle. Stacey also faced serious health problems that nearly killed her. She developed a drug-induced kidney infection as a result of her past struggles with addiction. The infection was so severe that doctors weren't sure she would survive. After recovering, she had a brief relapse, but she didn't give up on herself. She committed to long-term recovery and staying sober. Now, she wants to help others by sharing her story and warning them about the dangers of addiction.
And I realized in 2016 that anger is unsustainable and it will destroy you.
Her journey has been filled with ups and downs, mistakes, and redemption. Whether people forgive her for her controversial comments or not, she continues moving forward, trying to build a better version of herself while helping others learn from her experiences. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye!